Hi, everybody. Jake Slebodnick for Renda Digital TV and your hometown stations, talking purchase line track as we check in once again from Heritage Conference Media Day at First Commonwealth Bank Field in Homer City. This interview brought to you by Robindale, and I'm joined by Sean Mack, entering his 26th year as the purchase line track and field coach. Coach, you've been coaching this longer than I've been alive, as a surprising factor. But you guys are ready for yet another successful year at purchase line. What are some of the big things that you're looking forward to?
Well, for us at Purchase Line, and it's been like this for the last 26 years, our main goals are more individual. Just with the sheer numbers that we have, it's tough for us to challenge for a Heritage Conference championship or even a district championship. So our goal has always been to try to get our kids to qualify for districts and then move them on to the state track meet, which is what our three athletes that we have here today are all state qualifiers.
Yeah, and that was my next question. You got a lot of state qualifiers here, and Purchase Line might be looked at as a smaller school, but what does that say about the success that has been following Purchase Line over the past how many years?
Well, number one, it starts with the kids that we have, the athletes that we do get out, and the work ethic they have. And number two, I wouldn't be anywhere in these 26 years if I didn't have great assistant coaches to help coach all the three that we have here and all the athletes that we've had over the years. So it's just, we've been fortunate. The work ethic that we get out of the kids at Purchase Line has been great. And like I said, you put that with some talent, you're going to get state qualifiers.
Well, talk to me a little bit about the work ethic. How have these athletes been training in the off season to get ready for track here in 2024?
That's a good question. We're finding out because today's day 3. Well, today's day 4 actually that we're at. So some of us, like Rachel, that's over here, actually ran some indoor track this past year. Michaela did cross country in the fall. And then John was playing football, and then John just came off of wrestling. So some of them already got 2 sports coming in before we even get to track. So as far as getting ready for track, that type of thing, a little bit more difficult. So, and then that's the other thing with the work ethic. Usually when you get those type of kids, they're 2 or 3 sport athletes. So we take what we can get, but nothing's going to get them ready for track. Whether it was if they were doing basketball, running on a court is different than running on the track, and the same thing with football or, those type of things. So, staying in shape's one thing, but getting in track shape, that's what we're doing this week.
Yeah, but that's one thing I was going to mention is, the conditioning factor of it, because as you said, there's no real way to prep for track, when you're playing winter sports like this. And it's good to see multi-sport athletes, but the conditioning, I think, is the biggest thing, and I think that's the biggest takeaway from these multi-sport athletes.
100%. I mean, like I said, this first week is always the roughest. That's what we get to the end. It's like if today was so hard, tomorrow's even harder. I mean, it's just till we get ourselves in shape, and it's also to be able to keep kids to stay out too. And especially if they make track their first sport they've ever done. Like that's one of usually I tell them like that's a bad choice to make. If that's the first sport, you're going to be introduced to sports in a bad way because it's hard. These guys know it. Even John, who doesn't run as much as the throwers and stuff like that, there's things that he has to do. This routine and monotonous and stuff like that, but it's all builds up to, like I said, to the district meet. That's what we're trying to build for. Not for our first meet against River Valley and Cambria Heights. We're building for the district meet in Altoona. That's what we're trying to get to.
Well, let's talk to some of those athletes. Coach, best of luck this year. I'm hoping for some good results here in your 26th year.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to talk to John Ellick first. John, another one of those multi-sport athletes, as everybody here is. Football, I remember talking to him over at Commonwealth Valley this year. I had to remember that for a second. And then coming off wrestling, do you feel like you're ready for track and field season? Do you feel like playing football and wrestling has helped you get ready for track?
Oh, most definitely. Wrestling's a big strength factor. Practice 5 days a week and lifting 5 days a week with wrestling. So that's definitely a big strength factor. And I think a lot of my throwing comes from strength, and football as well is a good strength factor. And I've also done camps over the summer for javelin, so I'm just trying to prepare myself as good as I can be.
I feel like, to the common viewer like myself, javelin, you take it, you throw it, and that's it. But it's a little bit different than that. It's a little bit more complex in, improving your skills for javelin. What are some of the ways that you have improved that?
Well, javelin is majorly technique. A lot of, like you said, people just look at it, you think you're just throwing it, but I mean, the better technique you have, the farther it's obviously going to go. I mean, if you look at Olympic guys, they're almost falling on their face when they're throwing it, and that's a big thing of it, getting all your momentum into that. And I've really been trying to slow down my progression on that, trying to really focus on the small things, because I think I have the arm to be able to throw a javelin, obviously being a quarterback and everything, but I think with taking those small steps and working on my technique more, I'm going to have a better season.
I don't know, watching you as a quarterback, we saw that, and watching you throw jav, I think we're all in for a big treat. But, hey, the big goal is to get to the state championship and the district championships, and I'm sure you'd love nothing more than to cap off your senior season with those district and state championships.
Yeah, I would love that. I'm really shooting for a state medal this year. That's my end goal. and a district title. That'd be added to that, but I got to work hard for that. Those things don't come easy.
Well, John, it's going to be a pretty exciting season, a long one to boot, so it's going to be exciting to see what you can do, and best of luck this year.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the time as well. Now we'll talk to some of the girls here. We'll talk with Rachel Ward. And Rachel, you and Michaela are both part of that state qualifying 4x8 team, and you guys look to get back to the state championships again this year and this time capture the gold. What are some of the ways you guys have been prepping for that?
We've been working hard in practice. Like we said, it's only day 3. So we're just trying to meet the times that coach sets for us, and as long as we do that, we should be good.
What are some of the off-season regimens that you've been sort of putting yourself through to get physically and mentally in shape?
Off-season, I've definitely taken I think I've been working more this year than I did last year. I tried to focus more on my mental this year. But yeah, I'm just hoping that the work I put in this year actually pays off.
Now, you and Michaela, obviously, you guys have to form a strong bond with the other 2 teammates as well in that 4x8 team. Take me through how you guys have stayed, as close as you have throughout the years.
I mean, yeah, we've been running with them for a long time now, so we just have a good connection there. We've had other relays before that we've been with, but I think those 2 we all do just click, and I think in practice we push each other. We're all right next to each other, so it's good. It's very good.
You guys looking to make a statement in your first track and field meet against River Valley and Cambria Heights?
Yeah, we are.
All right. And, what are some personal goals for yourself this year aside from getting to that state championship?
I think that we are definitely wanting to claim a district title maybe this year. I think we're going to try and do that. For the relay team, we're not looking to place any lower than third place, but personally I'm thinking about focusing more on the 8 this year than I did last year. I did more the 4. So I think I'm just also kind of trying to re-break my record from freshman year for the 800. So that's just a personal goal of mine.
Awesome. Well, hey, best of luck this year, Rachel.
Thank you.
Thanks for the time. And now we'll talk to Michaela Ryan. You're also part of that state qualifying 4x800 team. What are some of the ways that you personally are prepping for 2024?
I think I'm working a lot mentally, like Rachel said, just preparing myself, knowing what I have to do so that I can put in the work at practice.
Getting to the state championships is hard in of itself, but how are you guys sort of using your experience last year getting to that level to help motivate you guys this year?
I think just using all the support and stuff that we got from last year and knowing that we can do it, it really helps us push, because every meet we're getting better, and it was we just got to see our potential. So I think remembering everything that we did last year, it'll help push us farther this year.
I'd mentioned this to John, maybe to the casual viewer, you look at the 4x8 and you think, you just line up where you can and you just run. It's that simple. Well, it's really not that simple. There's a lot of work that needs put in the weight room and conditioning as well, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Running, it's really hard. It's mental, physical, it's everything.
Hey, what are some goals? I know districts and states, obviously the 2 main goals here, but is there anything that maybe you're looking to do personally this year, one of your main goals?
I think personally I just want to improve my individual 800 time so that, maybe I could place some more in the open 8 and then, better the 4x8 that way.
Awesome. Hey, Michaela, well, thank you so much for the time and best of luck this year on the track.
Yep, thank you.
It's Michaela Ryan, Rachel Ward, John Ellick, and Coach Sean Mack of the Purchase Line track team. And our interview with them brought to you by Robindale. We'll check in from First Commonwealth Bank Field in Homer City a little bit later here on Renda Digital TV and your hometown stations.